Hey plant fam, welcome back to The Sprout. Today we're talking about one of the most fascinating and interactive plants you can grow indoors, the sensitive plant, Mimosa pudica. You might know it as the touch-me-not, shy plant, or humble plant, and it's called that for a reason. When you touch the leaves, they fold up instantly. The leaflets close together and the leaf stem droops. It looks like the plant is shy. It's incredible to watch, and kids absolutely love it. But here's the thing, Mimosa pudica is not just a novelty. It's a beautiful, feathery, fern-like plant with delicate pink flowers that look like little pom-poms. It's native to South and Central America, but it's grown as a houseplant all over the world. It's not difficult to grow, but it does have specific needs. It loves heat, it loves humidity, it loves bright light, and it doesn't like to dry out. If you can give it what it wants, it will reward you with constant movement and regular flowers. Before we dive in, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. We put out new plant care videos every week, and I don't want you to miss the next one. Also, drop a comment below. Have you ever touched a sensitive plant? Did you know it moves? I'd love to hear about it. Now, let's get into it. First, let's talk about why Mimosa pudica moves. It's a defense mechanism. In the wild, the plant grows in open areas. When an animal touches the leaves, they fold up. This makes the plant look smaller and less appetizing. It also exposes the thorny stems. The movement is triggered by electrical signals that travel through the plant. It's surprisingly fast. Within 1 to 2 seconds of being touched, the leaflets close. Within a few minutes, they start to open again. The plant uses energy to do this, so don't touch it just for fun. Every time you trigger the leaves, the plant uses energy it could use for growing. Once or twice a day is fine, but don't poke it constantly. Now let's talk about light. Mimosa pudica needs bright light. A south or west-facing window is best. It needs at least 6 hours of direct or very bright indirect light every day. In low light, the plant gets leggy. The stems stretch out and the leaves are sparse. It also stops moving as much. If you don't have a sunny window, use a grow light. Give it about 12 to 14 hours of light per day. Without enough light, this plant will not thrive. Now let's talk about temperature. Mimosa pudica is a tropical plant. It needs warmth. Keep it between 65 and 85 degrees Fahrenheit. It can handle down to 60 degrees, but growth will slow. Below 50 degrees, the plant will suffer damage or die. Keep it away from cold drafts, air conditioning vents, and cold windowsills in winter. In summer, you can move it outside to a warm, sheltered spot, but bring it back inside before temperatures drop below 60 degrees. Now let's talk about humidity. Mimosa pudica loves humidity. It needs humidity levels between 50 and 70%. In most homes, especially in winter with the heater running, the air is much drier. The signs of low humidity are brown leaf edges and leaves that don't open fully. To increase humidity, use a humidifier near the plant. Group it with other plants, or set the pot on a pebble tray filled with water. Do not mist the plant. Misting doesn't raise humidity enough, and it can lead to fungal problems on the leaves. Now let's talk about watering. Mimosa pudica likes consistently moist soil. It does not like to dry out completely. Water when the top half-inch of soil feels dry. In most homes, that means watering about every 2 to 3 days in spring and summer, and every 5 to 7 days in fall and winter. Always check the soil first. When you water, do it thoroughly until water runs out of the drainage holes. Empty the saucer. Never let the plant sit in standing water. Use room temperature water. Cold water can shock the roots. And if possible, use filtered or rainwater. Mimosa pudica is sensitive to chlorine and fluoride in tap water. Now let's talk about soil and pots. Mimosa pudica needs well-draining soil that still holds some moisture. A standard indoor potting mix with extra perlite works well. Mix 2 parts potting soil with 1 part perlite. This creates a light, airy mix. The pot must have drainage holes. Terracotta pots work well because they breathe. Plastic pots work too. Choose a pot that's about 4 to 6 inches wide for a young plant. Mature plants can go into an 8 to 10-inch pot. Don't go too big. Too much soil holds too much water and can lead to root rot. Now let's talk about fertilizing. Mimosa pudica is not a heavy feeder. During spring and summer, feed it once a month with a balanced liquid fertilizer diluted to half strength. Do not fertilize in fall and winter. If you give it too much fertilizer, the leaves may turn yellow or brown at the edges. Now let's talk about pruning. Mimosa pudica can get leggy, especially in lower light. Pruning keeps it bushy and compact. Pinch back the growing tips when the plant is young. This encourages branching. Cut back any long, bare stems. The plant will grow new leaves from the cut points. You can also prune to control size. Mimosa pudica can grow 2 to 3 feet tall indoors if allowed. Now let's talk about flowers. Mimosa pudica produces small, fluffy, pom-pom pink flowers. They look like little pink dandelion puffs. The flowers appear in summer if the plant gets enough light. Each flower lasts only one day, but the plant produces many flowers over several weeks. The flowers don't move when touched. Only the leaves move. Enjoy the flowers. They're a sign that your plant is happy. Now let's talk about growing from seed. Mimosa pudica is easy to grow from seed. Here's how. Start seeds in spring. Soak the seeds in warm water for 24 hours before planting. This softens the hard seed coat. Plant the seeds in moist potting mix about 1/4 inch deep. Cover the pot with a plastic bag to create humidity. Place it in a warm spot, around 70 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Seeds germinate in 7 to 14 days. Remove the plastic bag once the seeds sprout. Move the seedlings to bright light. Now let's talk about common problems. Let's go through them one by one. Problem 1, leaves not moving when touched. This is usually because the plant is stressed. It could be too cold, too dry, or not enough light. Check your conditions. Also, don't touch the same leaf multiple times in a row. The plant needs time to recover. Problem 2, yellow leaves. Can be overwatering, underwatering, or nutrient deficiency. Check the soil. If it's soggy, water less. If it's bone dry, water more. If neither, fertilize lightly. Problem 3, brown leaf edges. Usually low humidity or tap water chemicals. Increase humidity with a humidifier or pebble tray. Switch to filtered or rainwater. Problem 4, leaves dropping. Can be cold drafts, sudden temperature changes, or underwatering. Keep the plant away from drafts. Maintain consistent temperature, water regularly. Problem 5, long, leggy stems with sparse leaves. Not enough light. Move to a brighter spot or add a grow light. Problem 6, leaves curling without being touched. Can be underwatering, heat stress, or pests. Check the soil. If it's dry, water. If it's hot, move to a cooler spot. Check for aphids or spider mites. Problem 7, pests. Mimosa pudica can get aphids, spider mites, and whiteflies. Aphids cluster on new growth. Spray them off with water or use insecticidal soap. Spider mites leave fine webbing. Increase humidity and use neem oil. Whiteflies fly up when you disturb the plant. Use yellow sticky traps. Problem 8, root rot. Caused by overwatering or poor drainage. The signs are wilting, yellow leaves, and mushy roots. Take the plant out of the pot, cut away rotten roots, repot in fresh, dry soil. Water less. Here's where you come in. Drop a comment below. Have you ever grown a sensitive plant? Did you know it moves? What's the coolest thing about it? I'd love to know. Now let's talk about repotting. Repot young plants once a year in spring, mature plants every 2 years. Go up 1 pot size, use fresh potting mix with perlite. After repotting, keep the plant in bright, indirect light for a few days. Water lightly. Let me give you a few quick answers to common questions. How long do Mimosa pudica live indoors? They can live for several years with good care, but they often decline after flowering. Many people grow them as annuals and start new plants from seed each year. Can I keep Mimosa pudica outside in summer? Yes, in a warm, sheltered spot with bright, indirect light. Bring it back inside before nights drop below 60 degrees. Why are my leaves staying closed? The plant may be stressed from cold, low light, or lack of water. Check your conditions. How do I make my plant bushier? Pinch back the growing tips when the plant is young. Prune long stems. Is Mimosa pudica toxic to pets? The plant is not highly toxic, but it can cause mild stomach upset if eaten. The thorns on the stems can also cause injury. Keep it out of reach of pets and children. Let's wrap everything up. Mimosa pudica is a fascinating, interactive houseplant. Give it bright light, a south or west window, keep it warm between 65 and 85 degrees, provide high humidity with a humidifier or pebble tray, water consistently, don't let the soil dry out completely, use well-draining potting mix with perlite, fertilize once a month in spring and summer, prune to keep it bushy, start new plants from seed each spring, and don't touch the leaves too often, it uses the plant's energy. Here's the most important thing to remember. Mimosa pudica is not a plant for neglect. It needs consistent moisture, high humidity, and bright light. If you can give it those things, it will reward you with constant movement and delicate pink flowers. And every time you touch it, just once or twice a day, you'll see the magic of a plant that reacts to you. Before you go, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and leave me a comment. Are you going to try growing a sensitive plant? What would you name it? I'd love to know. Also, what plant should I cover next? Venus flytrap? Pitcher plant? Something else? Let me know. Thanks for watching. Take care of your plants, and they'll take care of you. See you in the next video.